Oh, no. No, no. I think I would have rather be digested. Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, KKXX Chic, and we are back with another reaction to Percy Jackson and the Olympians. We're now on to episode 7, which is called We Find Out the Truth. Sort of. So, in the last episode, we saw the Lotus Casino, and we found out our trio unfortunately lost a couple of days in there while they were trying to contact Hermes, hoping that he would give them a way to Hades so that they can actually get Percy's mom back as well as retrieve the bolt. But they weren't successful as far as getting a direct way in. However, Hermes did give them his cab that would take them anywhere they needed to be, which happened to be Santa Monica, because that is where Percy was supposed to meet his father, who said that he would help him on the quest. But unfortunately, because of the detour at the Lotus Casino taking longer than anticipated, they ended up missing the deadline, and Percy ended up missing his dad. The War on Olympus is supposed to start, and he was told by the Nereid, I think is what it's called. Thank you very much for everyone who let me know what the Sea Oracle was called. She basically said, nah, like the war's already started. You should go back to camp. There's nothing more you can do. But Percy said, I did not go through all this drama, all these near-death experiences, me nearly crashing a car to end now. Besides, I think there's more to it than this battle. So I'm not giving up just yet. So because of his fierce determination, we see that the Nereid actually provided Percy with 4 pearls, which us book people know what that means, but I won't say anything in case there's anyone watching who has not read the book. So that is where we're at. And now we're going to basically, I guess, Percy's going to have to get everybody else up to speed with what happened in that conversation. And we'll have to see what steps that they take next, because remember, we still don't know who actually took the bolt at this point, right? That's still a mystery. This war is starting. And for now, Percy is definitely taking the rap for this, since he has not been able to prove that he didn't take it. So with that, let's jump into the episode. But just before I do, a reminder that I do a lot of reactions here on the channel to all sorts of good stuff. And if you'd like to support me on that journey and my goal of getting to 20K this year, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. And if you like this video, I'd love it so much if you showed some love to it with some thumbs up and left me some comments below. You guys have been absolutely awesome with participating and letting me know all the little gaps that I've missed and just letting me know your thoughts. I appreciate it so much. All right, that out of the way, let's get into the episode right about now. Discount waterbeds. Wow, that is a throwback. A lot of y'all probably don't know about no waterbeds. They were a very interesting invention.
These beds will change your life.
Will they? For him, I think it'd be a bit dangerous.
You're Procrustes,
Krusty's.
son of Poseidon and murderer of travelers.
Damn. You're bros?
Crusty, please.
Yeah, he's like, Procrustes is such a long name. So many syllables.
You've got Dad's eyes.
Jealous?
The beds are a trap.
They sure are.
That's how you do it. How you murder your guests.
Damn.
I know there's a secret passage to the underworld here. I know you, but I need you to let me through.
Oh, look at my eyes.
In addition to being incredibly
Oh, not the sales pitch.
stretching us, and twisting us, and hacking off pieces to make us seem
Personal
more-
space. Mm-mm.
I think you'll feel much better.
Bro, you're the worst salesman ever. Even if it's legit, you're making it
You
creepy.
first.
You're lucky we're letting you keep your head, dummy. Don't push it.
Period. She's like, don't you threaten my man.
Is it
To
over?
be. I'm Grover. When the dangerous stuff is done, just call me. Yep.
It's either the realm of the dead or someone left a carton of milk in there in the 1990s.
Oh, God. The way they said the 90s, like it was so long ago. Ow.
No one's turning back till we all come back.
Shush, no one's talking to you.
Don't make me come back out there.
Blackest thing she said. Boy, if I have to come back out there.
Let's go get your mom.
Mama Bear. Mother, I'd like you to meet my future wife, Annabeth. You'd think if you had a door to the underworld, you'd like throw some pine fresheners or something up, you know?
Well, we're not in Kansas anymore. What?
So he's never seen Wizard of Oz. Never mind.
Feels like we're on a different planet.
It's so peaceful.
I'm not going.
No, it's so cute that you think you have a choice.
I know that you do not want to do this, but sometimes I have to make choices that you may not understand.
And that you don't have a say in. Yeah, I was like, Mom, he's definitely gonna lock the door. Ma'am, you have the keys.
Not a negotiation.
There we go.
The only question is how ugly you were gonna make it before we say goodbye. Fine.
Good on you, Mom. You gotta stand your ground sometimes. As kids get older, you can start having negotiations, but there's some decisions that do not need to be debated or discussed with children because that's your job as a parent. Wow, this looks so inviting. I don't even understand why the gods don't have summer homes here. Like, what?
Let's go. Maybe we can get there first.
Toy ball squeaking incessantly. Oh, not when even the subs are being shady. Colorful.
You're not dead.
Sure.
I mean,
Isn't it a state of mind?
we're all dying
Valid point.
to some extent.
Slowly. Cerberus, pal, do you need a bone? You need a T-bone? Huh? Children are not as tasty as you think. Damn. Careful, Percy. Cerberus is just doing his job now. He's a nice puppy when you get to know him. You that girl. Yes, you're a good boy. They knew who the master is. That's right. Oh, no. No. I think I would have rather be digested. Keep that scratching, girl. Just pretend you got a weave on. Just, oh. Shh. Quickly. Back to scratching. A puppy is a puppy. Annabeth, please tell me, are you still down there or did you catch a ride? Good girl. That's hero stuff. Aw, see, Cerberus just wants a friend, y'all. He's just misunderstood. You know how hard it is to run around with 3 heads? Poor thing.
I guess I remember the tricks.
Oh, wow.
What do we find now? What fresh hell do we have now? Yeah, it still looks gloomy and dismal, gotta say.
My pearl. I lost the pearl.
You had one job, Grover.
It's in the dog.
Well, if you want to go look for it or wait till it poops. But that could be a while.
But some new information came to light that has forced us to reconsider your application.
And what new information would that be?
We aren't equipped to offer the kind of psychological monitoring we believe your child will require here.
Has there been a diagnosis? So how do you know that he requires psychological monitoring?
Some children are better off being with their parent.
Wow.
I'm sorry, but no.
Exactly. Yeah, unless there's actually a diagnosis that says he requires that monitoring and he's already been evaluated, then you can't just say that, sir. That's discrimination.
You guys are leaving. My mom.
If there's one thing Percy gonna do is sacrifice himself.
What about you? Quests aren't linear, right? I'll figure something out.
Hi. Wow, you have great hair. Wait, I mean lack of. Head, skull, skin.
Wait. No. What are you?
Ma'am. Roots. She's like, excuse me, next time buy me a drink before you lift up my skirt. Oh, well, Cerberus is done chasing the squeezy toy. Let's go.
I already tried. It's too strong.
What's what you happens when you lift up people's skirts, ma'am? Even though you're a fellow woman, it does not give you the right.
I trust your dad. You can do this. I know you can.
As in, she is not ready to tell you what her regrets are just yet. Oh.
She made it.
She's out. Let's go. Well, good news is a little brighter. Still bleak, but bright. They have camels in Hades, or I don't know, like a sand surfboard?
He chased us all that way and then just stopped.
Because he's pretty sure you're not going to survive all this. Where's your water? Where's your provisions?
It's the shoes! Over! Percy!
Say the word. Is it Maya? Say Maya. No one's going to say Maya? Okay. Oh. Oh, sure. Sure.
Is this?
No,
You sure?
I mean, it looks like.
it absolutely is not.
You sure? Because it's humming and powerful and stuff.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
that's the
think so,
master
right?
How's it in your bag?
He's like, yeah, denial didn't work. I tried. Where did you get that bag? I was supposed
This
to
is the
think.
bag Ares gave me.
Mm-hmm.
Ares had the master bolt this entire time and tricked us.
He was working with Hades?
Hello? Man loves war.
Zeus is just gonna have to wait.
Period.
Let's go get your mom.
Even Zeus had a mama. It sucks his mama didn't love him, but, you know, Percy's got a mama that loves him, so he's like, I'm not going to leave her up there. You must be crazy.
Why are you trying so hard to get rid of me?
Oh, sweetie, it's not what you think. But,
I would never do this to you.
oh, that was a good one. That was a really good one in the arsenal of guilt trips. Whoo! But to a simple mind, that's exactly the way kids process things. They're too young to understand the nuances, so they're going to automatically self-blame. Something's wrong with me. You're trying to get rid of me. Not I'm trying to do something that's best for you. Sally's like, why did I sleep with a god? Why did I sleep with a god? Okay. Does that mean we come in or we come back later? Okay. Door's opening. Sweet. Yeah, this place is hideous. I'm sorry. I'm trying to see if it's this whole like kind of noir chic thing going on, but I'm not feeling it. Just kind of looks cold and dank. Oh, well, there we go. Excuse me, there's no railings around this elevator, and I believe we're going above a safe height to go without railing, so I'm gonna have to cite you. I didn't even see that person. I heard the footsteps, but...
I admire the cut of your jib.
Pardon?
Little nautical reference for you.
Yeah, very new to this whole god thing. I mean, it's nice. Oh, damn. Did she visit Hephaestus, or?
Here we are.
Mm-hmm.
You give me what you got, and I give me you what I got.
Fair trade.
You and Ares managed to steal the bolt, trick me into bringing it right down and giving it to you. But it's wrong, and I won't do it.
Principles.
So all I can do is ask you to do the right thing too.
Wait, the god of hell? I mean, bless you. Hephaestus is a softie, but they're not all like this.
You're in cahoots with Ares to secure the bolt.
I'm not in cahoots with Ares. I seldom cahoot. My helm of darkness, it went missing just days before someone used it to turn invisible and steal the bolt. I'd like it back now, please, and then you get your mom back.
Start a war between your brothers.
Why would I want that?
Jealousy.
My brothers, on the other hand, have the market cornered on jealous. Family
Oh.
drama is why I don't go up.
Percy computer is working.
There must have been somebody who was
Kronos.
Damn.
Zeus took Kronos' throne. Who else is a bigger reason to weaken Zeus and take his throne back?
Kronos is in a million pieces at the bottom.
But he's still around.
I assumed that was you, but that voice I heard, that definitely did not sound like you.
It sounded more manly. Just kidding.
You're not safe. Ask me and I'll protect you.
Why you and not my dad?
And the goat.
Wow. I'm a satyr.
Now I need the bolt. If war with Kronos is coming, I'd like to be prepared.
He's got a valid point.
This only ends one way. The only question is how difficult you make it.
Hey. My mom's Hades? Oh my god. Oh my god.
I accept your offer. Great. Your first offer. We're gonna go get your helm. And when I get back, you're gonna let my mom go.
Okay, hang on, kid.
Sorry, mama. I mean, you look like you're comfortable. Interesting. And here I thought she just hates lactose.
This isn't fair.
No.
Man, we know who that is.
Sooner or later, it's not just gonna be pretty things that are wrong. At camp, he will be safe.
Really?
You don't want him to count.
No.
Tell me why.
It's her baby? And he's still a baby?
But you have no one to say it to. And maybe that's the most unfair part of it.
Very true. Going through something like this with literally no one to talk to, but the person who put you in that position in the first place.
I want him to know who he is before your family tries to tell him who they want him to be.
Period. She's like, respectfully, you're hot, but you're kind of messed up, and I don't want my kid to be like that, you know?
His mother raised him well.
That's right. Put the credit where it's due.
Do you want to talk to him?
Yeah, that's a little too hard.
One day.
Is today that day? As I lay on the sand. Hey, girlfriend. Ah, the poster picture. You. Again?
I'll be right by his side.
Yeah, he's gonna need it. Ares is not who you want to go up against for your first god fight. Oh my gosh. And we end there when things were getting juicy. All right, guys. Well, that was episode 7, and that was really good. We had a lot happen in that episode, actually, especially compared to the last episode where we kind of just went through the motions of the casino. We made it to Hades. We figured out our way down. It looks like Percy got that information as far as how to get to the back secret way to Hades that Hermes didn't want to tell him. He met his brother, who is awful. The worst brother ever. I think it's fair to say he is not the brother you want to hang with. And they managed to trap him in his own trap so that he couldn't do any funny business. And they headed to the underworld where poor Grover promptly lost his pearl. I mean, bless him, it wasn't really his fault. It's not every day you get eaten by a 3-headed dog. But we see once again the quick thinking of Annabeth of how to get Cerberus to chill out, to get them past the gates and on their adventure. But we see, unfortunately, things start to fall apart pretty quickly. Our trio that's been pretty close-knit this entire time gets separated almost immediately. First, Annabeth, who is lost in the forest of regrets. She clearly has a deep regret of a choice that either she's made or she didn't make. And she wasn't quite ready to share that yet, which I can understand and I can appreciate. She's gotten close to these two, but not quite that close. So she chose to leave instead because I don't even know. I can't remember whether or not if she actually faces it, if it would have let her go. But either way, she tapped out. And then we see that Percy continued on with Grover. And we see that they managed to get to this, the mouth of Tartarus, where Hermes' shoes ended up almost taking Grover straight into Tartarus. It didn't happen, but then we find out that the reason why they was so keen on taking them down was because the Master Bolt was with Percy, which he did not know. It has been slipped to him, and it was slipped to him by Ares, a bag that Ares gave him, and now he is in possession of the very thing he's been denying having anything to do with since the beginning. So implications are not looking good for him, but on the good side, he actually already has the bolt, and it should have been as easy at that point to leave and then head to Olympus. But of course, you don't go all the way to Hades when your mom is there and not go get your mom. And I really like the theme that they had throughout this episode of Percy having this dilemma over rescuing his mother, prioritizing his mother. And we see the flashback of when he had to be moved to a school and he didn't want to go. He didn't want to have to go through another experience of a school that misunderstood him, but also being separated from his mother, which is understandable. I mean, we're not sure how old Percy's supposed to be in these flashbacks, but looking at him, I'd say he was probably only about 7, 8 years old. And that's such a young age. And, that's, as a parent, like, you just don't typically feel like your child is even ready to start facing the world until they start getting into like their double digits. And even then, and I'm not a parent, by the way, I'm just saying that, like, my friends, my family members who've had kids, they really feel so protective of their kids, usually up until they get into their teen years. And even then they still feel like they're not ready for the world. So I can only imagine for Percy, being at these boarding schools, being away from his mom from such a young age, it would be hard for him. Every time he's got to leave, every time he's got to say goodbye is going to be more stressful and more, I don't say traumatic, but it definitely does cause some issues, that separation anxiety. And we see that he really was trying not to go to another school. He wanted to stay with his mom. He wanted to be with her. And of course, we know as an audience that the reason she wanted him in this school was, as she said at the end, to give him a chance to be normal and to see the world differently than just as a demigod, but also because we know for his protection, it was better for him to be in these situations. But as a child, Percy's thinking, that's the way kids are wired. Like when we're very young, right up until we get to ages where we start to understand that there is nuances and different levels and factors that affect why people do what they do. As a child, things are very black and white for us. So if we have a parent that's constantly trying to put us in school when we don't want to be in school, we're going to take that as children as, oh, my mom or my dad doesn't want me around. They want me away. They don't like me. There's something wrong with me as to why they don't want to keep me around, right? Even though that's not at all the case. And so that's something that I kind of wish, and again, maybe we're going to see it, but I kind of wish we'd seen Sally do more to reassure him that it didn't have to do with him directly. But it's very hard at that age too, because like I said, kids see things very black and white. And even if you try to explain it to them, there's only so much capacity they're going to be able to have to understand it, just because, again, they've only been on the planet for a short amount of time. So there's only so much that they can possibly frame in their mind to understand about what you're telling them. So seeing the fact that, especially that line, I thought was the golden line of the episode, was when he said, like, why are you trying so hard to get rid of me? I would never do that to you. Right? Like, that is a gut punch. Like, that is a sucker punch straight to the feels, because obviously as a parent, you never want your child to feel like that you don't want them. Like, I mean, a normal parent, that'd be your worst nightmare, is your child thinking that you don't want them around. But all the same, hearing them say that about you, I mean, that's both the most touching and heartbreaking thing you could ever hear. And so, it's definitely mirroring what Percy is going through right now, in that he values his mother so much, and probably all the more so because his father has not been around. And for him, it just doesn't seem like there should be anything more important than saving her. But it's also understandable that sometimes you have to prioritize bigger things over what's personally important to you. And that's really been Percy's challenge throughout this whole thing. Like, the only reason he even took this quest was to get his mother back, not because he cared about the larger issue of the wars with the gods and everything else. But as we saw, as in a couple episodes ago, when he started to really start putting the pieces together of what's going on, he's starting to slowly understand the magnitude of what's going on. He's starting to understand the magnitude of his world, the weight of his responsibility, and how his choices are really going to teeter the difference between what can happen in this whole world. Like, it's not just frivolous decisions. They really are the ones that are linchpins or massive events that could change the trajectory of the whole, world that he lives in now, this other part of the world that he lives in. So it's getting heavier, it's getting weightier, and he's starting to understand more and more. And he's also starting to realize that his personal desires, aka keeping his mom safe and next to him, may not necessarily be the right priority right now, even though it's his priority, right? Like, by far, saving his mom is his highest priority. However, is it the right priority? Is it the right choice? And is it right for him to be selfish and get that priority met over potentially saving the entirety of this whole world and these gods and demigods alike, right? So that's weighty. It's huge, but I really like how the show is slowly showing us how Percy is getting to this knowledge and how it's slowly unfolding for him, and the understanding, and just him kind of growing into who he's got to be, because he was very much a child when this started. But the more that this quest goes on, and the more that the choices and the stakes get higher, the more it's aging him up and basically forcing him into being more adult, even though he is still very much a kid in many ways. So yeah, I really like how this episode, I think, brought that out, and how he's had a lot of time to kind of think about it, right up to when he gets to Hades, who I love is not at all what people would think. Hades, the devil, whatever you want to call it, it's often associated with a lot of hardness and wickedness and evil. And really, he's just like a chill dude with his nice, like I said, his noir couture decor, probably just drinking whiskey and smoking cigars all day. Like he said, I'm chill down here. Like, this is my lot. I'm here. I'm not really that jealous of my bros like that. Like, I just want to chill down here. As long as I'm left alone, It's all good. And, Percy being face to face with him and basically saying, okay, figuring things out about what's going on, the fact that Hades isn't the one who stole the bolt, and then realizing that, oh no, there's a bigger, even bigger plot that's about to unfold that's going to be bad for everyone, including Hades. And while he's telling them this, Hades basically being like, okay, well, if that's the case, I'm going to take care of myself, because we all know in this family, they do not look out for each other at all. He's like, yeah, ask for sanctuary. I'll take care of you. I'll take care of the goat. I'll take care of your mom. Give me the bolt. We'll fight off Kronos, and whoever gets waylaid in the meantime, he may not be jealous, but he's not exactly sad at the idea of possibly losing the other two brothers, right? But anyways, we see that, when all that unfolded, that's when Percy started to really understand the weight of what he had to do. And as much as he would have loved to just trade the bolt for his mother, and that would have been the easy, selfish thing, he realized that couldn't happen. And we even heard him say, like, it's not the right thing to do. It doesn't belong to you. Like, I can't morally be okay with this decision. So just like he did when he was a kid, or tried to as a kid, dig in his heels, he said, no, here's the new deal. I'm going to get you the helm that you're missing. And in return, you're going to give me my mom, but I'm still giving this bolt back. And of course, Hades is like, wait a minute, that's not the deal. But like I said, my man Percy, he's really quick on his feet. He's very, very clever. He's getting faster with coming up with these alternate plans, one could say. And again, I think what's great is that he's starting to get a little more confidence in what he needs to do, right? Especially in the absence of Annabeth, right? Because I don't even know that Annabeth would have been okay with that deal if she'd been down there. But yes, I'm really just loving seeing how Percy has grown through these episodes, even though it's only been 7 from what we saw in episode 1. And so, yeah, we also got to see, finally, we got to see the face of Poseidon. We saw Sally and Poseidon have a really, beautiful and poignant conversation about how hard it is for her to try to do this, how hard it is for her to make these decisions that, again, are bigger than her personal needs and desires. Right? We heard them say where, he says, oh, do you want to keep him with you? And of course, he didn't say that, but he's like, do you want him to go to school? And she's like, no, of course I want to keep him with me. I want to keep him near me. He's my son. He's my baby. Of course I want him nearby. But I realize that the greater good, the bigger picture, the better purpose is for him to live in the world and understand it, and to be different than what the camp is going to shape him into. And that's why I'm going through this, and I'm having to have my heart ripped out by him thinking that I don't love him or that I don't want him here like this, because I realize that my selfish desire to keep him close isn't the right decision here. So I really just like that it showed the mirroring of Percy and his mom here, and the decisions they've had to make, and just how much they love each other, and the sacrifices that they've had to make in order to make sure that the better, greater good is met. And again, we just kind of see, Poseidon didn't give us much, to be fair. He really just said, look, I'm in listening ear if you need it, but in the end, I'm leaving this up to you. And, he's like, I trust you. Like, you're a good mom and you're doing a good job raising him. And I really like that Poseidon made sure that he said, it's you. I've done nothing. This is nothing. His greatness, if he does ascend to it, has nothing to do with me. It'll be all you. So that was a really cool little moment there. And I think I really like that they're giving Sally like this little bit of rounding out of her character, because she's for the most part very much a periphery, very much just an objective for Percy. But it's nice to see her get a little bit more fleshing out and depth, because the actress does a fantastic job. And it's just nice to see all the different sides of the story. It definitely makes it a lot more visually entertaining for us, because we don't have the book to read all the little nuances that we would get from things like this. So yeah, another really good episode. Like I said, quite a bit happened right up until the end, where Percy and Grover end up leaving. We see that Percy ended up having to leave his mom behind, which is what he didn't want to do, but he realized it's not the right time to rescue her. She's safe with Hades at this point. We're going to assume she's comfortable. And now he's just got to figure out how to stop this real war, this real issue of Kronos returning from happening. And we see that he is back on the beach, and he is met by none other than Ares. And he's got his sword out. Last time he just had burgers. This time he's got a sword. So it looks like he's gearing up for a fight. But as I said, I don't think as talented as Percy is, he's not ready to take on the god of war just yet. So we saw in the episode that Poseidon said when the time is right, he would appear and he would be there and ready. And I can't think he's ready to stand back and let his son, well, no, his nephew, I should say, right? Can't remember who. Ares is the son of Zeus. Yeah, so his nephew take out his kid. So yeah, really good episode. Very much looking forward to the next one. I think the next one's the last one, right? Like, I can't believe we're already going to be at the season finale, guys. Like, that's crazy. this has gone by way too fast, and these episodes are way too short. I'm telling you, if we get a season 2, hurry up, Disney Plus. I'm going to need these episodes to be a minimum of 45 minutes because there's so much material here, and these guys are carrying it all so well. It's so enjoyable to watch. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching along with me. If you did, please show some love to this video, and I will see you in the next one.